YouTube, this is it. This is the top 8 grand finale into the top deck list with a $1,000 prize support MCS Meta Championship Series. There is an Evotile, Evolzor, Dinosaur deck within the top 8, so it's not just all Snake Eyes and Rescue Ace. So maybe that one Dino deck could just take it all, right? Win it. I also think there may be a Drytron deck. I think they're still in it. I forgot if they got knocked out or not. With that said, by watching as long as you can, I greatly appreciate that. That supports the videos immensely. Hajime.
There can only be one winner, and you're looking at it. Let's go.
Thank you. I mean, I had to look it up. Poplar added with the Bonfire Trigger, special summon onto the field. We got to play around Imperm and Nibiru. How do we ideally do so? We're on summon number 1. Summon number 2. Poplar Trigger, equip into the back row. We're going to use the original Sinful Summoning into our Hydrant. And just like that, that's potentially when the Impermanence would have been activated. We're on summon 3, now summon 4. We are grabbing our Ash and get ready to get Nibiru'd as we summon from the deck a Flame Burst. So now we would not want to use our Nibiru, right? Hold it. As you then Shokan into the blocker. Blocker on summon could discard a card from the hand. As the Flame Burst reborns from the grave 2 monsters. The blocker is also considered to be channeling blocking the Flame Burst from being negated by something like a Gamma or a Ghost Spell. Then we're going to link this up into a Auroradon. Now, this was actually being used by many people in the OCG. This is, of course, banned in the TCG. Now, Imperm onto the Auroradon after it activates. Why do so? Because if you allow it to activate and resolve, it says you cannot link summon for the rest of the turn. So while you're not allowed to link summon for the rest of the turn, you then get negated because the other effect is they're going to tribute themselves plus a token to summon from the deck. If you Imperm early, that effect, even though you leave the field afterward, you are going to be negated. So no link summoning, and the Auroradon is negated. So holding on to that Imperm with the toggle on the resolution to negate was a very good play. All right, what do you do now? You can't link summon. You're going to Turbulence. Banish from the graveyard, come forth and Shokan for a fat Nibiru, full field tribute, everything on the field. Nibiru's too good to not play. I don't know what to say. You all got to play it. Nibiru is the way. Very well done. We have Droplet and Extinguish. You can't use Droplet on a token, but, you know, we just have Droplet and a big token. So let's see what we can do. Divine Temple, setting up the Ash into the back row. We're going to Seeker, searching for our Diablo Star. And don't worry, on the next stream, which will be next week on Sunday, we'll have a really good leak for that day also. It's going to be a good one. We're going to our original Sinful, send a card we control to the graveyard to come forth and summon for the deck. Snake Eye Oak. Oak on summon, reborn the Ash. Ash activate on summon, come to us Poplar, trigger, summon itself onto the field. When are we using Droplet? Well, as soon as they're about to threaten the 4,000 defense token, we are screwed. Yeah, we actually can't stop that with the Droplet. Well, anyway, we have Link Karibo, Poplar, trigger, equip into the back row, speed this up into Hida. Hida be reborning from the graveyard, stealing the Turbulence. I don't think we play any Rescue Ace cards ourselves, but Droplet within the battle phase against 11,000 attack. I don't think that's enough. Still 8250. Still double Droplet having both monsters. And just like that, Link Karibo for even more salt in the wound. Davalo, that is BM. Call with the what are you doing? Do we have, I thought we had game. Do we have game? We're like fingering the Link Karibo now? Who didn't attack? Oh my gosh. Davalo, do you want to get DQ'd? Please be respectful, okay? Sportsmanlike conduct only. We are bonfiring it up now. Because we have side deck in this event, there's a Fantastical Dragon Phantasme ready to be summoned in response to a Link summon. And it has the effect of protecting you from being targeted. What does Rescue Ace love to do? It loves to target you. So being able to discard a card to negate a target, that's great. It also helps you draw into more hand traps potentially. So we got the Phantasme and the Nibiru plus drawing into even more disruption afterward. Let's speed this up. We are playing around the Nibiru quite well here. Come forth, summon on the resolution here. This is when we're going to have to use the Nibiru. Did not use Nibiru. So what we could do is we could Phantasme, Apollo negate, chain Nibiru, tribute the field, but not now, because right now the field spell would trigger to summon the Flame Burst to then equip the Masquerade into the back row. But I think that's going to be the play we're working out on doing, and it's going to be a really good outplay. So you feel like you're safe against Nibiru, but I do think that Nibiru is going to trick him. Maybe, hopefully, right? I don't know. Terramare, are you going to fall for a trick? You have Diablo Star being summoned. You have to wait for a Link summon. That's when the Phantasme is going to be used alongside Nibiru. Okay, Original Sinful, send, summon from the deck, Hydrant activate. We got to wait for the Link summon. Airlifter, Rescue Ace HQ, additional summon, Airlifter, come to me, grabbing the emergency. Do we do it now, or do we wait? It's happening. It's happening. If this field gets tributed, how are we going to emergency into a Turbulence if we have no other Rescue Ace to send to the grave? We can't. We don't even have a banished card to trigger off the Preventer. So Turbulence will not be summoned here successfully, and we're going to lose the whole damn field if the Apollo negates the Phantasme. I mean, is this obvious bait? What do you think, mate? Oh, we didn't fall for it. Apollo saying, no, no, no. I am only saving myself for Nibiru. Very well done. And what I say, we drew into more hand traps. We drew into an Ash. That was a very quick draw. We drew 3, then returned the Bonfire and Impermanence. He knows, he knows. Well, oh my gosh. I guess we have to Ash the Auroradon effect. Apollo's still gonna save itself for Nibiru? Really? You're still gonna save you're not gonna negate Ash? Really? Really? Now, what's interesting about this is very funny, because if the Apollo attempts to negate Ash and then Nibiru tributes the Apollo, guess what? The Auroradon's still negated because the Apollo needs to reduce its attack in order to negate. So we're gonna fully not even get negated if the Apollo gets tricked. What do you think? Oh no! We did not negate the Phantasme. We are negating the Ash. We are Nibiruing to tribute the entire field. We did it! Tribute the field! And the Auroradon's now negated. Just like that. Ash, negate, no summon from the deck. Seeker's gonna return back. We have to draw into a Rescue Ace. Oh, we got a summon limit. We needed a Rescue Ace to summon Turbulence to then send the Rescue Ace drawn monster. And maybe we could still use the Rescue Ace HQ. If we have 4 Rescue Ace cards in the graveyard and are banished, we do not. Wow, we got screwed by that Ash Nibiru play. The Phantasme drew into the Ash, which allowed us to chain the Nibiru to the Ash. Well, to the Apollo, negating the Ash. Just summon limit is our only play. 2 summons, then no more summons. That's it. This card's so good, it's banned in the TCG for being in the side deck, which this is a side deck event. So that's summon number 1. We have the Subversion, pushing the token into the back row, and then we're going to use the Seeker, return a card back to draw a card, Original Sinful, or just Ash, activate, add the Poplar, flip up the summon limit, and then you can't summon your Poplar. And how do you deal with the summon limit? You can't make an SP Little Knight now. You would have to, Link Rebo and Little Knight? That's 2 additional summons where you're stuck on just this summon. So very powerfully done, very well done. Can't even use the Thrust because we didn't activate any monster effect. Now, we should have an easy way to deal with our own summon limit, but we just drew into, what the heck is this? A Karakuri. Okay. Emergency, summon from the deck, Preventer, that's summon number 1. And then now we have enough cards in the grave to return back of the deck for a desperate draw 1. YOLO draw 1 into a Hydrant, but you are limited by your own summon limit. It's neither player can summon more than 2 times. That's it. It's stuck. You can't do anything. Well, Impulse will be good for next turn, maybe. Now, we could set, but not summon. So we summon twice, then set for the 3rd summon. Lethal damage over the Hydrant as the Contain contains the Nibiru from the lethal attack. We follow up with the Diablo Star for game. Did we lose to our own summon limit or what? Wow. That Ash chain Nibiru to Apollo, that was wonderful. That was great. Terramare, I greatly respect you for playing the deck much differently than everyone else. Playing with the Auroradon, playing with the Karakuri, so much more than just Snake Eye Rescue Ace. I loved to see it. I was happy to see it. Terramare, thank you, thank you, thank you. Davalo is advancing to the top 4. Going first, going to set up our Diablo Star, sending a card from our hands to the grave to come forth and summon. Activate to set up from the back row our Original Sinful. Send our Diablo Star to summon from the deck our Evil Tile Mega Chirella. This will discard a card to then send itself to the grave to then summon from the deck. We're going to draw on Lockbird, which will stop the Ground Xeno from being activatable. We're going to discard the Oviraptor, come forth and summon the Meteorus. We have the Evilsaur Leos setting up into the back row of the Singularity. We'll talk about that in a bit. The Leos is going to send a miscellaneous source from the deck to the grave to then banish and come forth and summon the baby source. We're going to activate the Meteorus to then pop the baby, but the Imperm will negate. Now, the Meteorus and Leos can still make a Baron de Fleur here, which could still pop the baby. So you stopped me from popping the baby, but only temporarily, as I'm still going to pop that baby. We are determined to pop it. Come forth and summon Oviraptor, sending a giant Rex from the deck to the grave as we then end our turn. Now, what did we accomplish with this set card? This very cool looking card here. It is going to target the Evotile and Evilsaur in the graveyard, and then it's going to summon the Evilsaur Lures, which is going to give us double negate anything. So we have negate plus Baron de Fleur negate. We have triple negate with this setup, and we did it through Droll and Lockbird and Impermanence. That is something to cheer for, I think so. Seeker, searching our deck for the Diablo Star. Okay, we are ready and waiting when we want to whip out the Lars. We're doing it right here, right now. Target the double Evotile and Evilsaur to summon the Evolzar Lars with that double negate of anything. Where art thou? Lars, negate number 1. Negate. Two more. In response to an activation, it has to target the card, then negate it. Further linking this up into Linkuriboh. Okay. Jet Synchron, discard, summon from the grave. This is where Baron de Fleur has to negate and not the Lars. Negate number 2. Negate. Last negate on the Lars. Diablo Star activate. Lars, negate number 3. Third negate. Negate. No play for you. You just got Larsed. Big enough to suicide into the Lars? Sure. Baron de Fleur during the standby phase could reborn an in-grave monster. And because it's Dinos, it should be lethal damage. So very well done. Top 8 Dinos playing through the Droll and Impermanence. How well are you going to do going second with the Miscellaneous making you unaffected? It should be good. Poplar, come to me. Original Sinful. So, Dark Ruler, not so bad. No field spell. Negate Apollo. So, I mean, that's quite disruptive. Where'd the field spell go? No more. Negate. Very well done. Good job on that. Have no way to summon the Masquerina. Apollo completely negated. The only problem is we can't deal damage this turn. Now, we should be fingering that Maxi. Yes, first we're going to Meteorus. Finger on the baby source in the graveyard. That is unfortunate. Thus, I believe we're not going to even bother negating the Maxi because of our baby getting banished and negated. So I guess they completely shut us down a bit, yes? We don't have 2 Dinos in the graveyard to banish for our Ultimate Conductor Tyranno. And we saved the finger instead for the Promethean Princess, not the Maxi. Finger the Fool, banished, no effect, you are negated. Now, how would this work? To battle we go, just simply take out no battle damage, of course. And just like that, that Call by the Grave comboed up with the Maxi, stopping us from setting up anything worthwhile. This Meteorus by itself is nothing. We have absolutely nothing. Nothing in the grave, nothing in the field, nothing in the hand. Zolika should very easily just set up a lethal play. And Zolika's not going to have to fear a card like Impermanence, as we could push the Meteors into the back row, playing through anything like that. Could also feel out their fields lighting up if there are any delays whatsoever to check for something like an Effect Veiler. Let's set this up. Are we also going to play around a Nibiru? This would be the stop for Nibiru. Borload, set up, equipping the Selene, but boosted up to 3925. Jet Synchron, discard. Yeah, it's just like, maybe they could fear Nibiru, and then maybe they're playing around that, but they already set up the Borload. They're setting up lethal. They're playing around everything perfectly. Let's just hop into game 3. Seeker, hey, we now side decked into Cosmic Cyclone. That could be pretty good as the Flameburge goes into the back row. Banish that from the game. We have Diablo Star setting up into the back row our original Sinful. We're now going to max C, which we have Cross Out Designate to negate. And it looks like Zalika side-decked in a bunch of DD Crows to stop the Miscellaneous Source. Miscellaneous, once sent to the grave before it activates the Banish by Cost, you're going to want to banish it with that DD Crow. Original Sinful, summon from the deck, and we're all doing this under Max C. Unfreaking believable. This is not good. DD Crow onto the Original Sinful. I talked about this when used against the Seeker. If you DD Crow the Seeker, it stops them from drawing. If you DD Crow the Original Sinful, it does not stop them from searching. They're both different. It's on the Tenpai video of the Daruma cheating. So, no draw. That works out. And then we have the Fossil Dig. Dig deep for just a baby that we're going to normal summon. Discard the Frostosaurus, summon from the deck the Leos. Leos getting Effect Veilored by the newly drawn Veilor, by the way. Damn, that is messed up. And doesn't DD Crow stop the trap that would perform the Xyz into the Lars? So DD Crow, Veilor, all well-timed and just completely messing us up. Miscellaneous would have made our Leos unaffected from that Effect Veilor, so where's Misk? No Misk. Baby Sword, Leos into Little Knight, even under Max C. And, oh gosh, we have no other monster to banish with our Little Knight, so we are just fully tributed. We are actually ending on nothing but a token. Our whole hand disappeared to hand traps. How does that happen? What? Hand traps deleted everything. Okay. Yeah. Oh, Dinos, it was a good show. Dinos, I appreciate greatly. Lars, you were so good. A second Lars was this close to hitting the field. Cashed here a birth into our Original Sinful, having a face-up card to send to the grave to come forth and summon our Ash. I think from here on out for the rest of the tournament, we could just have everything on ×2. How do you counter them playing around Nibiru? If you are a Labyrinth player, not that I want to help out Labyrinth players. I mean, I have no problem with Labyrinth players. I'm fine with them. But Furniture, Chain, discard Nibiru after activating to tribute the field. Nibiru doesn't summon, the field spell doesn't trigger, and you counter their anti-Nibiru play. They then get screwed. The Flamebearers are stuck in the back row, the whole field's gone, and there's no token, no Nibiru, and that's the way to do it. So if you have another deck, any other way to get rid of the Nibiru in response to it activating, that's how you stop this nonsense of using the field spell to counter Nibiru. Subversion, push the Flamebearers back. Oh boy, did we get punished by not draw phasing the mass? I mean, did we really? You summon, I summon it back, then I summon the Masquerade, and anyway, we didn't actually get punished. Or did we? Cross out, designate the Divine Temple of the Snake Eye, banishing our own field spell for the rest of the game. That is a costly banish. If we can't end the duel right here, right now, we're going to lose, because generally in the mirror match, whoever keeps up the field spell and the other does not have it, it is too much to keep up with. Ash Blossom negating the Ash from adding from the deck. Music, please. Oh, thank you very much. Appreciate you. Thank you. We are going to now link this up into Link Karibo, setting up with the Original Sinful. Send Link Karibo to summon from the deck or hand the Oak. Oak's going to activate, reborn the Jet Synchron from the graveyard. Send itself plus the Jet Synchron to summon from the deck the Flamebearers, as we then link this up into Promethean Princess. Flamebearers, reborn 2 level 1 fires from the grave. Promethean reborn from the graveyard. We're going to further link this up into a Raging Phoenix. Linking this into the Zealantis. Well, we did cross out the field spell with the intent to win the duel right here, right now. And the famous Zealantis Raging Phoenix one-turn kill combo is here. Just like that. Wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. Wait, we don't have a way to pop ourselves. Huh? We actually did not have a way to pop and trigger the Raging Phoenix? Huh? We didn't have lethal? What the? How'd this happen? Shouldn't we have linked into a Phoenix? Co-link Phoenix, right? Co-link Phoenix, and then pop Phoenix plus a card in the field, after attack, and then the blazing, the raging, not the blazing, but the raging Phoenix summons from the graveyard. Isn't that lethal? 25, 19, 19, and raging Phoenix 2800. I think that was game, right? Come forth and summon Flame Burst from the back row. You don't think he has lethal? Raging Phoenix gains the attack of the Phoenix after you destroy it, though, doesn't it? It gains the attack of the destroyed monster. The face of fire you control is destroyed. Target the monster, special summon, gain the attack, and you can only activate these Atlantis if you're co-linked. So with the co-link, 25, 19, I mean, it definitely is game, right? 28. I'm not missing something. There was no princess. You don't need princess. The 28 plus 19 plus 19 plus 20. Yeah, it's game. It's 9100. So yeah, if anyone could tell me I'm wrong on that, let me know. But I think that was, we did have it. We definitely had it. All right, let's get to it. But with that said, it doesn't even matter. Ash Blossom negating the original Sinful from searching from the deck. We have Call by the Grave to finger the Ash to negate. Yeah, that's the play. Co-link and then pop your own monster with the Zealantis. Negate. Come back to me. I think that's what makes Phoenix kind of mandatory, right? You need Phoenix for open field lethal to pop yourself. Because Zealantis could pop your own cards. That's what makes it work. Destroy cards on either side of the field up to the co-link. Oak Reborn. Yeah, nothing was linked to it. That's what I'm saying. Make a Phoenix. We had Flamebirds, we had Oak, make Phoenix, co-link, pop Phoenix after attacking, and then you win. Promethean Princess is here. We're gonna trigger the Raging Phoenix, chaining the Ash, Phoenix come forth and summon. Add that Poplar trigger, come forth, Raging Phoenix is raging. Holy moly. The animations of them being summoned, that's what I would like to see on the royal rarity of the card. It being always animated within the frame. I think some card, I don't know if Magic the Gathering has good animated card variants, do they? Is that something that's only in something like Marvel Snap and I think Gwent? Poplar trigger, put into the back row our Oak. With the triple co-link, we could be popping 3 cards if we were not negated. And just like that, lethal damage with the Raging Phoenix. Yeah, Gwent's got the best one. Gwent has a card animation where the dude's arm's literally being chopped off in the card. Come forth, Unicorn, searching for our birth. When do we whip out that Gamma? Well, it's going to be difficult to Gamma with a Baron de Fleur on the field, birthing the Unicorn back onto the field. And with this setup, not only is it an Omni Negate, but we could birth control the opposing graveyard by banishing 3 cards face down. We could banish the one of Promethean from the extra deck. I've been seeing in Asian tournaments, because Unicorn is so popular, a lot of them started playing double Promethean Princess to play around that one Unicorn play. Get Bonfire and chain the Droplet. We are going to full negate the field. Unicorn negated, Baron de Fleur negated, just like that. Can't chain the Crossout Designate because they sent a spell for the cost of the Droplet. And now we just have our Max C. And if they Ash the Max C, we'll Crossout Designate the Fool, just like that. Crossout negate the Ash Blossom Mate. Very well done. We have to do something about these negated monsters while they're negated. And the Birth still is activatable to banish 3 cards from the opposing grave. And we'll also be reborning that Unicorn, which will be an extra annoyance. And we have to deal with this field while under the effect of Max C. Thankfully, the field spell will boost us up, but maybe because of how easy it is to lethal, we just go for lethal damage. By pushing the Baron de Fleur back, if we go another turn, that Baron de Fleur will now be ours. Shokan into the Hida. Oh my gosh, we have an Effect Veiler. Triggering the Flame Burst. Can we lethal through Veiler? That is the big question. Zealantis lethal under Veiler. Let's go. Let's see how much we could do. We just save Veiler for the Zealantis, right? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Hida, reborn from the grave. Even more cards drawn. Diablo Star for even extra special summoning. Valor is going to negate the Diablo Star. And you could be thinking, why? What did you do? Well, what happens when they grab Subversion, push Unicorn, then go for game? It's over, right? We have to do it. We don't want to do it, but we got to. Now, they're going to keep on cooking. Shokan into our very own Baron to floor, pop the Unicorn, then we have more than enough for game. Is Maxi even good anymore? Because I've never seen lethal through Maxi more than ever since the release of Master Duel. Everyone is taking the Maxi challenge and just winning that turn. What is going on? Maxi only good turn 1. After that, Maxi is no longer good. 2-0. World champ qualified. Let's do it. Pot of P, digging deep, 6 cards deep. You get to more easily see what they're banishing now. A very good change to the duel log. I like it. Good job, Konami. And from our top 6 cards, we're going to grab that Max C. We're going to be sending for the Diablo Star. We have the 1 Effect Veiler. Let's see when we want to use it. Generally, you want to use it on an Oak or a Snake Eye Ash would be good. If we have our normal summon here, this could be a good negate, so it negates the search, plus you would normal summon with whatever you generally would search for, but in this case, we normal summon the Poplar. We're going to send to then summon from the deck Flameburst, then make a Mask Arena, trigger the Flameburst to summon 2 level 1 fires from the grave, further linking this up into a Link Karibo to now make a Promethean Princess, activate to Reborn. Do we Valor now? Yes, we do. Old Valor for Promethean. Davalo, you are a mad lad, aren't you? Now, we don't care. We're just going to be further linking off into the Apollo USA. I mean, we actually do care. Because we couldn't get the Flameburst back out onto the field, we could not equip the Mask Arena into the back row. The Apollo is our only form of disruption outside of, we will be able to Promethean if the field spell triggers to summon the Flameburst. We also have Maxi, we also have Valor, so we still have about 4 disruptions. Let's go. Maxi in the draw phase. Wanted Seeker in response to it within the draw to play around a Droll and Lockbird. Very nicely done. All right, bonfired up. Grab from the deck our Poplar, trigger the Poplar, special summon under the Maxi. But as I've been saying throughout the entire tournament today, everyone is lethaling under Maxi. Apollo negate, we have 3 more disruptions. So what's interesting about the situation is Mistletoe was asked by the in-game prompt to activate Divine Temple, and there was no Apollo USA in sight. Only after saying no to you, which you need to use to initiate your Promethean Princess, otherwise the Promethean can't activate, then we'll ask you to activate Apollo. It's kind of weird, but that's how that works. So again, do I activate Field Spell or Apollo? You can't do both. You can't Apollo chain the Field Spell. It's Field Spell or Apollo. What are we doing? We're going to pass on the Field Spell again, and we need that Field Spell trigger to get out the Promethean Princess. Now we can do it. Now we're good. All right, thank you. You summoned again. You know, whether you had to or not, we're going to whip out the Flameburst, as we can now wait for you to special summon to then trigger our Promethean. And through all the Maxi draws, we drew into an Ash. So now we have Valor, Ash, activate Ash, Ash negates, and we also have our Engraved Promethean Princess. Triple disruption. Poplar trigger, equipping the Flameburst. We're going to summon the Kurikara Divine Carnate. Let's go. Further linking this up into our Hida. Hida gets stealing from the opposing graveyard. On summon, trigger the Promethean Princess. I have 3. We actually have 2. Now we're going to have 1. Promethean. Wipe out Hida, wipe out Flameburst, trigger Flameburst. Also, because of all the Maxi draws, it's way too much to deal with. We then have the Effect Veiler after the Promethean goes through and wipes out the Hida. Damn. Maxi, okay, Maxi's still good. I was kidding. Maxi is very good, even on turn 2. Yes, it is. Bonfire it up. Chain Call by the Grave to the anti-spell before it cannot be activated. A Wanted Seeker would also be good. But, you know, that is a reason why TCG is banning side deck cards like Summon Limit. They agree that cards like that are not good. You should not be blowing your opponent out with something like that, especially not having any downside, where Summon Limit's supposed to be affecting both players, but how Snake Eyes is played, it could very easily get rid of it once it no longer wants to be stopping your opponent. Formula Synchron from the grave, we have Borreload Savage Dragon for the Omni Negate, and just like that, what can I say? Side deck anti-spell 1, like nothing else mattered. Anti-spell Fragrance. Oh, we missed lethal. Nope. Link Rebo for game. That's why Link Rebo's banned. That, right there. I like you a lot. Obedience, declare Diablo Star, and then give it to them in the hand. Okay, I'll special summon it. Shokan. And then we're going to be triggering, set up into the back row, our original Sinful. When do we use the other Lullaby of Obedience? I am suspecting that we're going to summon a Promethean Princess, activate Declare Max C, and then steal Max C. Is that not disgusting? Search for Max C. And wait, I thought you said you liked the card. Yeah, that's really toxic, but I still like it. I think that's hilarious. Let's speed this up until that happens. So we're going to come forth and summon Poplar, Celine Navidad, not Promethean. Okay. Summon from the deck, our Oak Reborn from the graveyard. Celine can summon a spellcaster, but we don't have a spellcaster. It was the opponent's Diablo Star, not ours. Is this an oopsie? This is not an oopsie. Oh my gosh, we just got Nibiru'd. Cross out Designate, negate. Why is there a Celine on the field? I think we forgot that that's not our Diablo Star. In the TCG, it's more apparent because you're going to have different back sleeves. They kind of have a red glow in the back row. Yeah, you see it's red, and then their card is in the back area blue versus red. Making a Masquerena, we still have the opportunity to whip out that Promethean Princess. Now it's time to whip out the Lullaby. Oh my gosh, Mistletoe, come on, just do it already. Just like that. The first line, you cannot special summon except fire monsters. Then, with the Lullaby of Obedience, you get to choose one of the effects to be applied. The opponent's choosing. The declared monster is added, or the player who activated this card special summons the declared monster. Well, they can't special summon because they're locked in a fire, thus you are forced to give them Max C. Just like that. Searching for Max C. Now that we're done with Promethean, let's come forth and summon our Flameburst. Holy moly. Lullaby of I mean, everyone's playing Max C. So maybe this should just be the new tech that every Snake Eye player should be playing. If you could summon Promethean, you play Lullaby of Obedience to search Max C. And I'm going to use my own Max C against you. It's okay, I could finger it, right? No, you can't finger yourself because it goes to your graveyard. We could thankfully cross out Designate to negate our own Max C, though. Damn, that's a close one. And it also enabled us to use our Thrust. So there you go, banish our own Max C to negate our own Max C. We dodged that situation. Get to hold our finger for the Promethean Princess, which is good. Wanted Seeker, searching for Diablo Star. Get Thrust in. Thrust is, maybe he's playing that on the side deck. That might be something. Triple Tactics Talent, really good to be played against the Apollo USA. So we are waiting on that. They have now activated a monster effect, thus the talent is, I mean, they already activated a monster effect, right? So, no, the Max C was in the draw phase. So we only now can use the Triple Tactics talent. As we then go into the SP Little Knight on summon, if we used a Link monster or another monster from the extra deck, we get to banish a card in the field. We are now using that finger, Call by the Grave, come forth, banish and negate the Flameburst. Negate. Do we whip out the talent? Negated. We are going to follow up, go for the draw 2, of course, because we have no play otherwise. Evenly matched, but the Curry card, Divine Carnate, is even better. Tributing off the entire field of monsters into lethal damage. You just stole the game. What the heck? That wasn't your game to win. Stolen. Mistletoe, I'm so sorry that just happened. Holy moly. Off the top of the deck, Kurikari and evenly match. Let's advance into the final match of the top 4 as we then go into the grand finale. We have to play through Valor and Nibiru. We have the plays through Valor because we have one extender. One extender, boom, we're playing around the Valor and we are fine. We also have Crossout Designate to negate the Nibiru, but there's also an Ash. I did not notice that initially because it's not the feat version, but that is okay as we whip out our Diablo Star. I think we're going to use the Crossout Designate on Ash and then surprise Nibiru. So we're on summon number 2. Can we properly play through Nibiru after having to also play around the Ash? Let's find out. Or I should say the Valor more specifically. Come forth and summon for the deck. Oak, reborn from the graveyard. We are in the Nibiru zone as we happen to use Crossout Designate on Nibiru before the Ash even activates. Negate the Nibiru. You still have Ash, which can negate the Oak. Negate the Ash, that is. Ash, summon Flameburst in the deck. Negate, and I think we end on Impermanence. That's it. There you go, just like that. It only takes 3 hand traps to stop Snake Eyes. Now we are popping off. Where Art Thou, I thought, was cope with not having Bonfire, but playing it in addition to Bonfire, that's quite interesting. Okay, negating the Poplar. Where Art Thou, with the level 1 on the field, you could search for a level 1, which will be our Magician Souls. Magician Souls could send the Poplar in the back row to draw 1. So, well, we're not going to link off a Poplar, then do so. We're going to go straight into a Hida. Hida is here. Hida is going to be reborning from the opposing player's graveyard, stealing the Ash. I did not activate Ash yet, so it's now time to whip out the Ash. Ash, add Poplar. Poplar also activating Come Forth and Shokan onto the field. And you all know where this goes into. This is going to be Wham Bam, thank you ma'am, lethal damage with Zelantis. So in case you have not seen it yet, prepare. Feast your eyes on the new way to consistently lethal through multiple bodies in the field with barely any resources put into this combo. We have Zelantis. All we need is one other body alongside the Zelantis. We instead have 2 more bodies. Wow. Zelantis has deleted the field, leading into a surrender. That's exactly what happens. Bonfired up, grabbing our Ash. We have to play around the Bystial Druid Swarm is something that's actually going to be quite disruptive. Banishing a Masquerena or Linkuriboh from the graveyard. We have Call By to stop the Valor. Thus, we then toss on top of that an Impermanence. So notice the layering of our hand traps using Valor then Imperm to bait out the Finger instead of Imperm then hold on to the Valor later. Very well done. Goodbye to the Ash effect. Let's speed this up. We're going to link this up into our Linkuriboh, set up with the Divine Temple, our Flameburge, and our only disruption is Impermanence. Victinium, I'm sorry. I don't know what the heck is going on. That is really unfortunate as the Flameburge being triggered to be summoned off of the field spell is not leading into further disruption. The Ash is going to be fully negated by that Impermanence, which is quite impactful, but a single disruption when they have the extender of Wanted Seeker is not going to be enough. Grab the Diablo Star. I mean, this is where Victinium's heart just sinks, knowing that this is the end. Just that. We have 1 disruption for 1 Ash. They follow up with the 1 additional Diablo Star, and they have full combo. Come forth. Let's go. Ida's going to steal from the graveyard, stealing my Ash, link it up into Linkuriboh, send the Linkuriboh for the Oak, reborn from the grave, and just like that, that is Promethean into Zelantis plus the additional body, which is lethal damage. Linkuriboh can't even stop it. Can't even. Nope, Linkuriboh, no good. Flameburst trigger, we don't even need this, but all right, let's keep on going. Yeah, buddy. Raging Phoenix is here. Easy lethal for everyone. Look under your chair, look everywhere. You all got easy lethal with Raging Phoenix Zelantis. Snake Eyes has so many cutscenes too. Is this all gonna, it doesn't show them all at the same time, right? Okay, when they resummon, that's at least good. Flameburge is a cutscene, Promethean's a cutscene, Zelantis cutscene, we cutscene like crazy, cutscene again with the Raging Phoenix, and it's funny because you're cutscening twice with these cards. Zelantis, get poppin', over only 11,000 damage. Lethal. Thus, we are now going into the much-awaited for grand finale. What is in the grand finale? Do we have Rescue Ace versus Snake Eye? Or is it Snake Eye versus Snake Eye? 3, 2, 1, grand finale. Hajime. What do we have here? We have Nibiru and Gamma to help stop the opposing plays. When do we whip out the Gamma? When do we Nibiru? We passed on the Gamma. We're on summon number 2. We're going to Poplar, come forth. I think we're going to save the Gamma to protect our Nibiru. So if we wait for them to overcommit with the Flame Burst from the back row, trigger the Flame Burst, and no, we're not waiting. No, wait. We're going to Gamma right here, right now, negate the Oak. We're not using it to protect our Nibiru. Boom, just like that. But now we have triple tactics talent to take a peek at that hand, returning the Diablo Star back into the deck you go. Now, what is this hand? Dead. Completely dead. Zolika has the chance of drawing absolutely nothing to help fix this completely dead hand. We need a level 1. Even an Effect Veiler or a Droll and Lockbird, we can normal summon it, then activate Where Art Thou. But without the level 1, completely dead. It's dead. It's actually super dead. And we saw Nibiru. We know Nibiru's in the hand. We just don't know about Effect Veiler. That's the only thing we don't know. So with the newly drawn Ash Blossom, we are going to Ash. Did I say Effect Veiler? I don't know. I gotta tell my doctor about that if I did. Negate. Now what do we have from there, mate? We're on summon number 1 where we know that Nibiru is there. Can we put up lethal damage with a Nibiru that's definitely there? Come forth and Shokan into the Diablo Star. We're at 4,600 damage in the field. Flame Burst is going to summon 2 more bodies onto the field, so we're going to be on summon number 4. Did we just go straight into an Apollo USA? Oh my gosh, the field spell. But boosting up all the level 1s. We 100% know every single card in their hand, just like that. Lethal damage thanks to the boost of the field spell. Rip Wetlands. Damn, I can't believe we power crept Wetlands. What the hell is that? Bro, what just happened here? Okay, we have a full hand of hand traps and attacks because that is what Snake Eyes is all about. We got Veiler to negate a monster, Ash to negate, interact with the deck. We have an Impermanence negate on the field. We have Droll and Lockbird to further stop them from adding. And let's go. 4 disruption without making a single play. Generally, a lot of decks, they're not able to put up that many disruptions even through their full combo. So I guess this is a pretty good turn 1, if I do say so myself. All right. We have Ash on summon activate to get negated by the Impermanence. We have 3 more disruptors at stake here. The Poplar is already in our hand, unfortunately. That actually ends our turn. Wow. 1 Imperm is good enough. You all should be playing Veiler and Impermanence. As you can see right there, it can completely shut down Snake Eyes if they don't have the follow-up Diablo Star. We actually just set an Ash Blossom. Ain't no way we just did that. Okay, we have Poplar on summon, activate, grabbing our Divine Temple. Not even activating Droll. No Droll. What are we holding Droll for? Okay, we're gonna Ash, send ourselves plus Oak to summon from the deck as the Ash is going to negate. This is going to be called by the grave, negate the Ash mate. Now all we have left really as our real disruption is Effect Veiler. For 2 turns, the Ash is negated, thus the double Ash in our hand is dead. It's no good. So if they were to draw 2 off the Tactics talent or actually draw into something good, our Ash is screwed. So we are now making a Link Karibo, triggering the Poplar, equip itself into the back row here, further linking this up into an SP Little Knight. You activate this, you can't attack directly, you're not going to be able to win for game. So, we're not doing it. We're passing on the trigger, thus we are going to be able to attack directly here. Shokan into Promethean Princess. Promethean Princess activate to Reborn from the grave. Not Veilering yet. When do we whip out the Veil? Now going into Raging Phoenix. With Raging Phoenix, we're going to use the Flame Burst to push the SP Little Knight into the back row to then summon off of our field spell. As we then World Sea Dragon Zealantis, Effect Veiler held on for the Zealantis OTK combo, negate. This was definitely lethal. It was going to trigger the Promethean, which would then trigger the Raging Phoenix. To battle we go, just like that. 3K. Zolika just bought enough time for another turn. And remember, the Ash Blossom is turned off. And holy crap, Zolika, in the grand finale, are you kidding me? What is this? You drew into a brick? No way. What are you doing? That's not a valid play. Triggering the field spell to summon an SP Little Knight. Link Karibo is here and then ends the turn. No. Did not Flame Burst within the main phase, thus the triple tactics talent was not activatable. At least you were able to stop the Zealantis one-turn kill, so good on you for that. Thank you for a full day of Snake Eyes and Rescue Ace just for an anticlimactic grand finale. At least Link Karibo attacked for game. Thank you, Davalo. Back-to-back, by the way. Davalo won the Meta Weekly 2 days ago and then just won the grand finale of the $1,000 MCS tournament. Let's go. In today's tournament, we had multiple YCS champion qualified players. We had at least 2 different World Championship Master Duel qualified players. So thank you to all of you that joined. I appreciate you all immensely. What I want to do for future MCSs is I want to make sure I start my stream earlier and then watch even more gameplay duels. So for any of the great other TCG players that joined that maybe were a little upset that I was not able to spectate their game, I do want to reach out to you and say, I'm sorry for that. We're going to be making sure we watch it, but otherwise, an absolutely incredible tournament. Lots of back and forth, lots of crazy plays. I very much enjoyed this immensely, and I'm going to be streaming again on next Sunday with more better meta-relevant leaks than what we had today, but hopefully you still also enjoyed today's leaks, and let's check out the top deck list. Let's go. Davalo says, everybody wants to know what I would do if I didn't win. I guess we'll never know. I did once, gotta do it twice. You did, back-to-back, winning both the Meta Weekly and the MCS $1,000 tournament. You are an absolute mad lad, my friend. Says, thank you, Decade, for the tournament. It was really fun. I appreciate you, Davalo. Congratulations, and I'm not sorry for mispronouncing your name incorrectly for both tournaments back-to-back. It just is what it is. Now, let's get into the top deck list. Meta Championship Series $1,000 tournament, top tier players, world champ qualified for Master Duel Worlds, also YCS champions joined in today's event. I immensely appreciate every top tier player and just everyone in general who joined the event. It truly means a lot to me that you are willing to take time out of your day or even before the tournament to practice for the tournament. So thank you, thank you, thank you. I do not take that lightly. And with that, I'm afraid to look at the chart. Snake, oh my gosh. Hi, Raging Phoenix and Little Knight. Look what you've done. This is bad. This is not good. What happened in the MCS with Tearlament? Was it this bad? What the, I have to look. Meta Championship Series. This was October 14th, April. This was the one back in October. 10 purely out of top 32. Okay. They were doing top 16 showcase for this one. And the Tearlament one will load up later. My internet's not good. So, wow. 9 Snake Eyes. Let's look at all the deck lists that are not Snake Eyes. All right, this will be a quick one. So starting off with Drytron, top 16 Soldier. Good job to you. Vanity, Ruler. So here's the full deck list, and then you can also see the side deck here if you're interested in that. Sometimes a side deck card could give you an idea of something spicy to play in the main deck for the ladder. And that spice detector is popping off right now. What the heck is this? When you ritual summon this card with an odd eyes, and okay, blah, blah, blah. When this card is special summon, you could return all spell and track cards your opponent controls to the hand. Anti-Floodgate, that's pretty cool. Your opponent cannot activate cards or effects in response to this effect of spinning all the back row back. And then you can only use this once returned. So, okay, you are losing a back row on the ladder. Consider the Odd Eyes Gravity Dragon. And before we look at more decks, I want to look at what the Tearlament YCS looked like. Hey, that's pretty close. 12 Tearlament in the full power Tearlament MCS, where the first place deck looks like this. That was full power, right? Instant fusion, terraforming with the shufflers and the millers. 12. And compared to that 9, pretty close there. And this is after Ash is semi-limited. The Wanted Seeker is limited to 1, I believe. That's wild. It's almost there. If you combine Rescue Ace and Snake Eyes together, that's 12. Wait, that I didn't even see Snake Eye Rescue. I didn't see that. So it's like 11. Oh my! Isn't this worse than tier limit? Is it fair to combine Rescue Ace and Snake Eye together? They are very, so it's like 14 Snake Eye, Rescue Ace, and/or a mix of both versus what this was. Almost this was more diverse than what we have now. I don't know what you want to make from this. This is disgusting. Now, let's keep, Konami, you got to do something. Look, do something. Don't just put Airlifter to 2 and Ash to 1, which is my prediction. You got to do more. The Dinos. This is the deck I'm most excited for. Shankers. Ain't no way. Shankers. What a crazy deck list. I love it. Let me zoom in a little bit more and move this down. Good job, Shankers, with this list. Lars is being summoned through the Trap and also being summoned with the Meteorus and the Frostosaurus, and both Lars are activatable. So you have that Quadra Monster Negate with both of them on the field. Negate, 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 negate anything that's on the field in response to it activating. So very well done to you. This has definitely motivated me to pick back up my dinosaur deck and have a good time with it. So 2 Ultra Rare Lars. What else is the new cards? The Ground Xeno, I'm probably gonna have to craft that. Singularity SR, the Evolsar and the Evotile are cheap to make, so a nice cheap addition to add to Dinos to have some fun with. And what do we have in the side deck here? We got the Droll and a Kaiju there. And now let's get to the rest of this Snake Eye Rescue Ace. So that was it for the spicy decks here. Nod 3Q. All right, 53 card deck here. Very well done. There is the extra inside deck. Gia, what do you think? What's the chat think about the format right now? Are they happy about this? Are they like, woohoo, I'm gonna play more Snake Eyes? And we have another deck here. Terra Mare, 60 cards, Snake Eye. At least Terra Mare was adding some spice with the Card Curry Gamma. Yup, that's cool. And also the Baribu in the extra deck. That's a nice little added touch to the deck to spice things up. Good job. Very well done. Thank you, Terra Mare. And then we have Rescue Ace. We'll start from the bottom here. We have Anderson Strife, notably winning with the deck before the emergency card came out. And as you can see here, I mean, let's look at my predictions based off of what's been happening. Emergency is too new, I believe, right? It's too new to get hit. Just came out April 11th. But the Lifter, which is limited to 1 in TCG, semi-limited in OCG, this is going to get hit, I think, on the next ban list. I don't think they should wait. They just hit Lifter to 2. The deck's still good. And then they're at least going to do that. So, yeah, let's keep on going. And then we have Supreme King. I can't even think right now because of this nonsense. Good job, Supreme King. More Rescue Ace is the place. And then we have McCoops. McCoops, congratulations on your top 16. And wait, Rescue Ace only got top 16, not even top 8. Yeah, but I still predict that Lifter's probably going to get semi-limited. And but Snake Eye Rescue Ace got top 8, and top 8. So technically, Rescue Ace did make it to the top 8. It had to be Rescue Ace, Snake Eye, and then we're gonna roll right through these because my eye's gonna be looking for spice. Anything spicy, anything spicy. We have Siljo. Good job, Siljo. I don't see anything crazy. Not that they should be playing spicy. They should be playing to win. -1. Very well done. Anything crazy? Nothing too crazy out of the ordinary here. And maybe the chat could help me if I missed something. Aquila. We got top 16. Super standard. Looking standard on standard. You know, maybe you could say Jet Synchron's not as standard. And we have Abin. Abin without the Synchro Engine, but we still got the Ash Blossom with the Baron to Floor play. Let's go. What's going on? Someone in the chat is saying how Snake Eye is ruining the game. Tell your boys at Konami that this endless Snake Eye crap is ruining your stream. Oh, yeah, I will let them know about that. And that you don't want to give Konami more motivation, okay? That's probably a good thing to them. Maddie Pin with more Snake Eye. Congratulations. Raging Phoenixes, pretty damn good, I see. Top 8. Victinium. I can't wait for Fictinium to get the new Medolce support so he could get off this snake-eyed nonsense. Oh my gosh, everyone is snake-eyeing. And then we have Mistletoe, world champ qualified, top tier player, very well done. Looking at the extra in the main. And then we have second place, Zolika, which technically so far has the spiciest card of Where Art Thou? Yeah. And I should mention that Mistletoe was playing triple Lullaby of Obedience in the side deck. That was cool. Something you all may want to consider main decking for fun. Whip out your Promethean, call Maxi, steal it. That's a good play. Good job, Mistletoe. And what else do we have here? Good job to you, Zolika. A lot of people are saying that Rescue Ace was held down by the side deck. Do you agree with that? It's having to play against cards like Lightning Storm, probably holding back Rescue Ace a bit. Our tournaments do go back to no side deck right after this, though. And then first freaking place, we're going to look at the extra side deck first. We got the Harpy Feather Duster. You know what I'm thinking? Where was Purely? Purely not even in the top 16? That's kind of sad. I would think that Purely's pretty damn good. What the heck? So good job, Davalo. Back-to-back winner. Winning the Meta Weekly 2 days ago, then winning the MCS. So there you go. Just like that, congratulations to everyone. The Snake Eyes CS is here. It's top tier. Thank you all for watching. Let's go.